Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we are going to conduct lecture number 8 of our course, which is microprocessor systems and interfacing. And so today's topic will be program counter. Let's start our today's topic. So today's topic is program counter. And what is a program counter? It is an important internal register. We have covered a number of internal register. For example, we have seen working register. We have seen uh, file register itself. So there is another important register which is called program counter. So program counter is a very important register because it is used to point out the next instruction address, right? And why this is important? This is an interesting idea to understand, because if you do not understand, this will become a bit complicated. So this is the highlighted term, address of next instruction which is to be executed. So why it is important, one need to know. For example, we are writing a code. Let's say we have several number of instruction. This is our instruction 1, then this is our instruction 2, then this is our instruction 3, then this is our instruction 4, and onwards, right? So for example, if we are currently working on let's say this instruction, right? So this instruction is being executed, right? And this is already under progress in the CPU. So while this instruction is under progress of execution, so program counter will hold the address of the next instruction to be executed. So that means while this previous instruction is being executed, the next instruction to be executed will be pointed by this internal register, which is called program counter. So that this is so important. So when this instruction execution is finished, then what is going to happen? This address is used to fetch this next instruction, and this instruction goes under the process of execution. So while this instruction is under execution, so the next instruction will get be pointed by this program counter instruction. So what will be the advantage of all this stuff? All the stuff advantage would be that program flow will never disturb, and next instruction will be ready to be fetched while the previous instruction is already under execution. So this is why this program counter or internal register, which is known as program counter, is very important. So CPU fetches the code from the program memory. This is very important. I hope you remember that there are two type of memories. One is called random access memory or data memory, and another is called program memory. So this program counter is related with program memory. So PC automatically incremented to the point to the next instruction. Remember, as I told you that there were several instruction 1, instruction 2, instruction 3, instruction 4. So while this instruction was in under progress, so the next instruction was being pointed by what? Pointed by PC or program counter, right? So while this instruction will go under execution, so program counter will automatically increment to the next instruction, which is the third instruction. And when this instruction goes under the process of execution, then program counter will automatically increment itself for an instruction number 4. So this is the usage of program counter. Okay, why program counter width is important? Because wider the program counter will be, you will have more number of locations in the program memory. And how? Let's see an example. For example, our program counter width is what? 14 bits. So how many locations will be available? So you can easily simply relate this stuff to power 14, because 14 is a bit number of program counter, or the width of program counter. So if you raise the 14 in the power to the 2, it will become 2 power 14. So you can split it in 2 power 10 and 2 power 4, and 2 power 4 is equal to 16, and 2 power 10 is equal to k. So there will be 16 kilo locations available, or roughly 16,000 locations available for program memory if you have 14-bit of program counter. Let's say if you have increased the size of, or the width of program counter, and it has become 16-bit. So what will be size of ROM, or number of locations available inside the memory? You can simply do the same stuff, same maths. 2 power 16, you can split it 2 power 6 into 2 power 10. 2 power 10 again becomes k, while 2 power 6 becomes 64. So you see, we are increasing the width of program counter, and we are increasing the size of from size from 16K to 64. We will take another example of our original microcontroller, which we are going to subject in this course is PIC18F452. So this is our original stuff that we are going to deal. So 21-bit program counter is available for us. And how many locations in program memory? It can be 2 power 21, which will be splitted into 2 power 1 and 2 power 20. So like 2 power 10 is equal to kilo. So 2 power 10 is equal to mega. 20 is mega. So 2 power 1 is equal to 2. So 2 mega or 2 million locations are available for programmer to be programmed in program counter. I hope this is clear to uh, everyone. Let's see what else we have in program counter. So we know that in PIC18F452, this is we have around 20 million, 2 million locations available to program in program memory, and this is because we have 21 bit of program counter. So minimum address would be what in program memory? Minimum address would be we make all these 21 bits equal to 0. So these are 21 bits, right, in binary. And if we convert them, we we will be splitting them into groups of 4 bits. So it will become 5 times zeros in hex. So this is the minimum address which is available in our microcontroller of program memory, and the maximum address you have to make them all of them high or all of them equal to 1. So if you make all of them 1, then again we will split them into groups of 4 bits, so it will make 1 ff hex, right? So that means this is the minimum address and this is the maximum address which is available in our program ROM. Each location can carry 1 byte or 8 bits. That means there will be 2 million locations, and out of 2 million locations, every location can have 1 byte of storage or 8 bits of storage. That means total capacity is 2 million bytes or 2 megabytes. That is the story of program counter and program memory itself in PIC18F452. Since we know that it is 8-bit microcontroller, so we know that 21-bit can never be stored in single register. Rather, we have, instead of one register for program counter, we have 3 registers, which are called, and each of them is basically 8 bits. So 8-bit program counter lower portion, then program counter higher portion, and then program counter upper portion. These are mnemonics. They are called simply program counter L, program counter H, and program counter U. So if you remember, these are 3 8-bit registers. Each of them have 8 bits. So that means in total it would be what? 24 bits. So this is not the story of program counter. We have only 21 bit available for program counter. So 8 bit will be used in PCL, which is program counter lower part, and 8 bit will be available PCH, which is program counter higher part, and only 5 bit will be taken out of 8 bit and will be used as what? Part of program counter. That means 8 plus 8 plus 5 will become equals to 21. So 21 in total, 21 bits are used for these 3 different registers, while these registers are basically what? A null or zeros every time. So that is why the minimum address or the maximum address is generated using this 21-bit figure, right? That's it from this lecture. I hope you have understood the concept of program counter itself and how it is relevant for the size of program memory itself. If you have any question, you can post in comment section. Thank you so much for listening.